till you use me up. Tabernacle. Pickles and spaggle. Tabby houses. And red clay roads. Fern that grow in the oak trees. And moss that dangle like children that know they're safe on that land. I am an artist in residence. I am an artist in residence of the yet seen. Paying with attention. Hear, hear. The best teacher is doing in motion, in initiation, ether. That's the best teacher, the most precise teacher. I could tell you, you could tell me. Ain't nothing like knowing for yourself. Knowing because it be your plight to go and know, to see, to smell, to be immersed, to play, to laugh, to spin, to trip, to get up again. I trust that the best thing that will be done in exploration is for you to come whole in its up and down, ebb and flow, for you to become whole and find rest in dying many times, finding rest in the renewal and the renovation, progress, a process. I've been making it attentive thing, an attentive initiation, an attentive, almost like declaration. I ain't playing about it. To see, to like really see, to see, saw, to see, saw, seen. I saw it. People will say, I seen it. You seen it? Sight. I caught it. Like to really like almost can put it on a plate or like foo-foo. Like foo-foo, get it like that with life. And not being too busy and unaware of gratitude. Of what gratitude must be. And what gratitude can, if you allow yourself play, to look like. Gratitude could be, I ain't too busy to go to sleep. I'm tired. I feel like a nap. Curious play of, what is that? You follow your body after your body like showed you something or sensed you something. You fully like jumped on it. Like today, it was for me, and I learned that that's this thing. Like I learned that that's that is a form of meditation for you to allow your body to call and respond. Like your body is like, what is that? We noticed that. Are you listening? Will you go? Are you excited? We are. like to be aware of yourself and unapologetic in your like, I'm having fun. We having fun. We playing. We out here. We outside. and y'all, we is whoever your name is, whatever you claim and call, whatever they passed it on to you to be. Y'all are outside. You are unshamefully eating something that brings you joy and centered awareness. It fully is erotic to your senses. Whatever that is, you're putting it in, you're allowing, you are playing in your sensory systems. And that is meditation. And yo, life so fly, like, you get the pen. Will you control it? You have authority. Do you have 100%? It's so I don't know, because everybody has a coin to contribute to the cost of what this means, what this life is. Like, some would say, like, you are in co-creation, co-authority, co-participation. And then others would be like, no, you fully are autonomous and will pin it, say it, put it in it, and it is so. And I invest and nourish what is coming form out of my mouth. I don't even know why I gave you a precursor. My creativity is my savior. It is my highest mind. It is my that am. I am. That supreme notion that all, everywhere, all things. My creativity, my imagination, it being on. My logical mind that is, I seek information. I enjoy it. I forcefully learn to indulge, and now I allow myself to detox from being busy as a form of performing and hiding and running into, I'm so educated, I'm so well sourced of other people's discoveries and regurgitating of this shit. Go in there and hide, be scholastic, travel all the seas and pick up all the information and regurgitate it and stand on that shit and create a fortress around yourself because of all that you sourced of other people's perspectives and what they learned and left behind, and you read it, and now you put your own enunciation on it, and you have full autonomy and ownership of it if nobody pulls your receipt. Like, I am present in the action of, I am creating by choosing the steps ahead. I may not see them bitches, but I am creating the steps ahead by choice, by saying no address. The intention absolutely is to be in new nest. Present, no address, in gathering everything. It's a lot, because your senses could be, your senses could want to run to something that it learned is stable, so it will jump from one lily pad to the other based off no address. So it'll run to this good ass book, being open in heart, so you can radiate a tribe, a calm and clear space. And that could be, yo, I really rock with you. Your vibe is ill, son. I really rock with you. Your vibe is ill, son. Catch a coffee with me, catch a latte with me, catch a book with me, or just hold a reason. Like, being in a space where you're able to be that energy with other people just want to, like a magnet. or orbit with you. They just love it. They just love it. Which takes which takes nourishment too. You gotta have that will to want to rise up and be radiant and radiate, because the choices of like, ah man, forget that. What's the point? Flatline-ish will come. I said, what are you talking about? Freestyle. What's on my mind? It's points that's going. It's points, but I like loose leaf. The Noet currently being in transit as an artist, transit, because homeless doesn't define much. It is a box that is very violent, but it's labeled fragile. But like how we know people handle the fragile items at the post office, they kick them bitches up the block, like we saw on Ace Ventura. Like, no, it's pretend, because until you have almost like the sponsee to the addict, until you know, you can't be here. and we kind of don't invite you either. And you can't project, you can't forecast, you can't have the senses that experience gives you, because it is all instinct of how you will respond in a nurturing way to something that is very violent and harsh on the spirit. Not having an address, because not having an address could be, you don't have an address to be able to get an ID, to be even able to get an account to put the cash in, that somebody cash apped you or PayPal'd you or donate or gave a donation. You don't have any circuits to align within a system that is like, this has to be this way in order for. It's very rigid. No address could be, you don't have a place to lay your head consistently. No address could be, you don't have a place to have your needs, washing your butt, putting hands and preparing your food. Some people make it a ritual and a rule of, I got to cook my own food. I don't want ushered food. I like to put a whole vibe on what it is that I eat. I want a plate of Anita Baker. Matter of fact, I want to bust down the kitchen first, make it clean and smell good. Probably throw a candle on, open the window, throw the vibration on it, Anita Baker or Snorlax, whoever. You dig me? You want to create the whole ceremony that preparing it and honoring and offering intended meal to your being is, versus DoorDash. So, not having what you're asking in a efficient, quick call and response type way, no address. Present, like I said, you can run it back, because there's always going to be a drop it after I finish saying it situation, because it's timeless, as it should be. So people get it whenever they're going to get it, and be able to take it with them or share it around, because that's the best thing that we can do to cover each other. You know something? Say something. You know something? Allow somebody else to experience. Keep growing. Keep amplifying. Stagnation, that's death. So anyway, the precise actions, intentional actions, whatever way you want to say it. Like, while no addressing, finding the decadence in life, like the shit that's like, yo, that shit is a halo, that shit is a lifesaver, that shit is good as a cold gusher, good as a cold orange in the refrigerator. Straight after you open your eyes. I talk in emotion, I talk in experience, I talk in color. So listen at it, or find your rhythm when it catch you, because it will. Like that cold orange in the refrigerator, as soon as you open your eyes, boom, that hit like a gusher. Or if you still, in the box eating, the gusher Put that joint in the refrigerator if it don't get if it don't get solid as a rock on you. The goodness that life offers every day in a secular way. Life always gonna catch the beat. Life always got you in mind every time. If you understand it or don't. But this one is about being attentive, because I don't trust that there's an in spite of. Like, life is so full and round and secular that you could, I don't know, plan to go to New York via Penn Station to Boston for a couple of months so you could be there as soon as November hit, December hit, January, boom, you leaving early, you taking off top of October. Planned it out all the way back in April or March. And then life around you that has more to do without you. The train station, like, nah, we on strike. We ain't got nobody to work the station, so, you know, good luck with that. And being able to find a halo in it. How are you still going to stay firm to your plans if it's a situation of staying firm to your plans? Because sometimes things get uprooted so you can reroute. This one ain't for you. It's something else, grander, bigger, newer, fresher for you. How will you pivot in spite of the firm plans that you tried to put in place, but life was like, that ain't really how we roll. We like it loose leaf. We like it, you know, we like that spontaneity heavy. How will you still keep the twinkle in your eye in spite of the blaze, the arson that just happened on your life? How will you keep the sparkle? How, if you're into the things that your sensory system can take in to nourish themselves, like listening to water, hearing wind chimes, listening to the ocean, rain, all that. Are you able to look at the arson and see almost like a fireplace with all those colors that come off of flames? That is an overlay of so many different colors. We think it is red, orange, yellow, but then you'll get a blue, a teal, a silver, a white, a gray. You'll get all of that out of that flame if you pay attention to it and give it, you know, your focus deep enough. You'll be able to see, like, oh shit, everything is layered. Nothing is just a blip. Everything is full. Everything is sentient for the most part. Are you able to look at it and pick out the details that you can transfer over into a new moment of thinking, a new way of growing with the situation has for you? You being able to have sight of, like, what am I to learn here? What is this asking of me? What am I being prepared for next? Do you have that type of ability? Do you have that type of will? How, because everybody, that's the beautiful thing. Everybody has the equipment. It's about when you want to tap into it, how you tap into it. Will you have sight to be able to be like, oh shit, it's over there. Oh shit, that's what this, I remember that. Oh damn. This ain't even like the worst thing. This ain't even the worst thing. This is almost a hard completion that I stagnated and drug my feet on, and life got like a little, I'm not playing no more, and turned up the volume on me so I could grieve it, so I could now nurture this newness, this yet seen but absolutely signed in my blood type of thing. It's signed for me. It's prayed into me. This was this was foreseen for me. Are you able to have that? Of course, we gotta go through the levels of like, yo, want to throw the phone over the bridge, want to pull a conductor out of the train and shit, while you do some in the motion response type stuff. But the more I've learned and am still learning, and you also can reflect on, when you stay in the motion like double dutch, or just know when it's time to stop turning the rope, life will kiss you square on the forehead, like you Tay Diggs kissing Nia Long on Best Man, square in the middle of the head, disarmed you, boom, disarm, yup, took the gate off quickly, precisely, with just that precision of got you. We got this. Train up your vision, train up your senses, train up your willpower. Meet me with the 50 and I got the other half, because it has to be a trust exchange for us to do grandiose things. I'm not begging you to do grandiose things. You're going to choose and trust that you have the ability and accountability, and the ethers being like, I like how she moved. I really like her. I really like her. I'm glad you chose them. If you can maintain that, almost like the Isaiah 54:17, like whatever you choose to grab on as your way, as your peg on that ladder into the unknown, and then there's gonna be some more to go. Like how they say, every level is it's a new thing. You were once creating a satiation. You were creating something that would satiate your trouble when you didn't have a lot of relationship, or either what people value, material harvest. You didn't have a relationship or material resource to be able to have whatever would have really like calmed your spirit and let you know that you were safe. You had to do the noodles, you had to do the crackers, you had to do the nothing for dinner, had to do the sleep for dinner, or you had to, do something that you're not proud about, but you had to get that learning nugget to get a meal. Because some of us have took on a relating situation just to eat, or just to have, a bed for the night. Like things get clear. Things get clear when you gotta learn, or you're asked to learn, or you're asked to be prepared and equipped for whatever life has to show you. And the preparation is usually fun, and then shit that could break your spirit. It's they both are like salt and pepper. Shit that's fun and shit that'll break your spirit. But all of it is a part. So no address, I learned that it's really bigger than I thought. Like we've all seen, but I've seen heinous levels of terror, heinous levels of organized poverty, and the terror that it brings. I've seen levels of it. And it seems like every city wears it different. And maybe it's not even every city wears it different, or maybe it is. Every person infected by it, projects and responds to it differently. So it looks different every place, but the foundation and the format is wild, because it doesn't really change so much. It is everywhere being exercised the same way. But how the people respond to it is always different, always unique. It's always almost spectacular, because so many people have been able to do honey like roux to something that is just pokeberries, bitter, pungent, knock your socks off, ready to ruin you. They've made honey from it continuously. So I trust that the biggest agent in the transmutation of heinous terror, organized poverty, or the depths, the deep of soul, I don't know if it's soul cleansing or soul blessed or asking. I'm not quite prepared for a word for that, but no address. I've learned so much on the fly, and I've learned so much that I had to kiss my feet about, because it's a blast of spirit. It's a blast or crusting, like a creme brulee, the top layer of sugar. It's a crusting that comes on sometimes when you're always in a survival environment or survival mind state. It's a crusting that happens where it's robotic. You don't really give yourself the flowers of, like, you are a gentle being, you are a forgiving being, you are a loving being, you are a spectacular being, you are smart, you are powerful, you are beautiful, you are intentional. You don't do any of that. You don't say any of that continuously. The survival outwits or outmatches that, because it's so repetition. It's such a it becomes insanity after a minute of, like, you expect that everything has to be terrible for it to be a participant in your life. It has to be terrible. So when it creates, and it's a beautiful matchup, because it's salt and pepper, because it creates a truce through trust, that you will feel it, know it, and trust that you can forgive it, so you can grieve it and complete it, and create a amazing life for yourself through your own trust, through your own forgiveness, through your own love, through your own gentleness, your own will to say, I can, I will, it is, I know. When I get back in, or get the kitchen that I can make my food and put my hands and energy into, when I get back, the gratitude level is going to be platinum, elite. It is godly. Or the beauty of top-notch living, will you be stripped and earned through terror, and then be aligned back to this ease and grace and just effortless type of everything, and not be attentive and grateful and in harmony and in trust, in stewardship of the person that you have been allowed to become through your experiences. The fucking, you got the playbook, you got the encyclopedia. Are you just gonna go back to, kicking your boots up on the ground, kicking your boots up on the table, and just being like wayward with life? Survival mode can do that too, where you just checking shit off. You're not intimate with life. You just checking shit off. Oh, we beat that. We dodged that. I dipped on that. I bipped on that. It can, too much of anything comes into play, can ruin will you get back in the house and still be like peeing in containers, and or are you gonna use the toilet? Are you gonna be back inside and kind of not rest because you feel someone could take it, or it's not truly yours? The psyche that can fester and ferment when you are in a no address environment and climate and growing phase, a growing experiment. The psyche, I trust, isn't truly expanded upon when it comes to like, yeah, you see somebody, and it's also wild that the no address thing, people have created a format, a silhouette of what it is to be no addressed in transit. 4 walls, showers, your own kit, that thing. To be away from that and void of it, people have created a format, a outline, a silhouette that if you don't fit this, you must not be there. If you're not smelling like last month, last year, and begging and broken and bent and visibly showing me that you are in despair and without and on your last thread of life, you're not. It can't be that bad. You don't look like what we saw, what they tell us to look for, or what we assume, because we don't know what we are terrified of. You don't fit the mold. Eat the awfulness. You don't. It's stereotype. It's too much. This is too much. Too much rots. A thing, a person, an idea, a concept. Too much rots. There really it's a such thing as you look like you doing well. You look like you fucked up. You look like life is on its last leg. Now I could translate that with compassion of, and say it like, you still have will. That's why you look put together. You look, you know, we can't really look at the stereotype and look at you and say it, clear off. You still got willpower. And then the one that fit the template, or the one we forced upon, that's why I don't use homeless, the one that we forced upon, they fit this, they fit that, they fit this, they smell like this, they hair ain't washed up, they shoes is, they body is bent, they looking away, they not making no eye contact, nothing is erect in their spirit anymore. The place that it got to, that it has to be that extreme for you to respond, is insidious. The place that it has got to, that it has to get that extreme for you to respond, is insidious. I've learned what I didn't even know that I was away from. I didn't know that was a part of. I was unclear that was a thing. Like, if you don't have an ID, you can't get food stamps. If you don't get, you can't get emergency food stamps. You can't get supports, or the dire need systems don't identify you as being a person that is tangible, or they can claim that you're here. You can't move forward if you don't have an ID. I had no idea. The trap that it was to not have an address. The trap that it is to not have an address. Where you can't even pick yourself back up if you don't have an address. I've said plenty of times, like, oh, I got an old address. And you know how they be like, you got to fix your words when you dealing. Like, it's the complication in certain areas are not to be there. They are not to be there. It's not just. Because, and now here's the situation of when you want it to work, if you see this person visibly looks like, respond. respond. But check it. I've seen they physically fit your taboo, your stereotype, and you still haggle. You got an address? Like you want to reach through their spine and pull them back out and put them back in their skin. Do you got an address? If they fit your taboo, your template of what a homeless person looks like, ugly, violent ass word, if they fit that template, it wasn't you that asked that question. It was who you work for. Because your mind, your eyes, your senses work. So, yeah. I learned that it was exhaustive. The looping, the game, it was exhaustive. On top of what that experience is already every day it is a deduction potentially on your willpower every day, because it's not just you in your no address experience. You are sharing this planet with other people that feel like that the left and right idea of life, left, right, up, down, right, wrong, should fit 1 billion people. They still go with that. That you did that to yourself. You supposed to bootstrap it. Pull yourself up. Get to it. Make something shake. How you gonna let yourself fall out like that? How you gonna let it? So you ain't never think about your kids? Your it is savage. Savage is a not even enough of a tone of what the climate really is when you have no address outside of your own thinking. The climate that you walk through every day outside of your own thoughts is savage, heinous, horrible. And like I said, you gotta have, if you don't have an address, you don't have no bank account, you don't have no emergency food stamps, you don't have no housing, you don't have things that pick it up, put it back in order. You're out of the loop. You're not gonna be selected just based off of that. And this is where your taboo and your stereotype don't work. You already see they fit the bill, so why would they have an address? Let's write these things out in a more efficient way, but I also know that there are polars that are present. That's why you got the grassroots people who figured out how to make sure that, ain't nobody gonna be left behind. Ain't no mouth not gonna be fed. It just ain't a question. It's gonna happen. And then you got the institutions that do the bulk of things. Then you got the grass. I get the polars. They're purposeful. I mentioned one time before, I was like, this is giving me a deep excursion of overstanding of what it means to have no address and what it means to be grateful for all of what life is allowing you, ease and grace, and also how you can pick the poison out of the terror. You can be masterful with your chemistry, your potions, your cup of this, your 2 spoons of that, your pinch of that. It come up and pick the poison out of it and make the medicine. All is present. But it's one of the wildest rides I've ever been in and on. And Baltimore is full scale enough. On all levels, enough. If that's all you ever do, to be terrorized and get you some knowing about what it is to be on the polar side of grace and mercy and joy and love and tender. Baltimore is enough. A day worth sometimes is enough. So to be no address, and no address was Atlanta, Carolinas, a little bit of Baltimore. Big cups of Southern attitude and policies I had no idea about. Had no idea about if certain places, if you are walking or sitting too long, if you go to sleep in public, it was wild shit. Fucking wild shit. I had no idea about what's in policy and is a thing. You sitting on this bench too long, you went to sleep on this bench, you went to sleep in public, like so much. Walking in this area too much, standing in this area too much, will all get you some judicial debt. Citations and like, I was like, yo, I had no idea. No idea. So I now trust that the statement that wasn't, or maybe know a little bit about everything. It is your best asset. And it is hygienic to know a little bit about everything, because it takes care of so many seen and unseen things that are going to occur in your daily life, whether it be you volunteer at Our Daily Bread, and that experience for your whole system, sensory system, keeps you fortified and in flow with what you are able to align with, whether it be a 5-bedroom, a brownstone, a shotgun, an apartment, whatever. It will give you gratitude and trust and compassion. It ought to, and most people take it as I'm fine-tuning myself by doing these things. Is that my situation? No. But I do it just so I can be aware, so I can have that jolt that my senses knows what it also is outside of what I am doing. The precision, the wit that carries. Oh. Poverty is an assault on every senses in your body. Poverty is an assault on every sensory system in your body. I trust that it is one of the things that will ravish you whole. It will take you out of here quickly. And to scale it back, to not have balance ratios in your life, in your existence, in an efficient way, will take the spirit out of here. And it make me think about people that people that yet are prepared. A 5-year-old who the adult got, asked to do that transition, and they don't understand what that means to not go in somewhere and go to bed, or have to stay up because everybody's eyes got to stay open because we had to take everything and move quickly, so we ain't have storage to think about. We got everything that we got in our hand, and we in a new shelter and we don't know, or we under a bridge, or found an abandoned car, because to me, that was the best move to do. These babies ain't gonna just be walking on my back like I'm a possum. So I found a abandoned car, and that's our home right now. It's shelter in reference to it. The rain and the elements gonna stay out a little bit, and we could secure ourselves within the space, lock the doors, or have a little divisor that keep the sun. Like, we could figure it is in somewhere. Too much. Too much. Too much. Way too much. But it is the one thing amongst many that has signed a signature that you cannot get the hell out. Can't get the hell out because I completed the process. Can't get the hell out because I completed the process. The haunts will yet come because I'm recovering what I don't know. Man. No address is brutal. Brutal beauty. Brutal beauty. Because it will unalive you, and it also will bring you a whole new world, a whole new life will be given you. You will birth that woman inside, you will birth that man inside. Through that death that comes with the no address terror. Because everybody's situation is unique, and like how I said, that's why I don't say homeless. Everybody's situation is unique of why the assignment was given you. Or what it gonna look like. How long it gonna be. What it's asking of you. What is the will. It deserves a, I know that's not the word that I want to use, but it's quick. It deserves a Purple Heart. To be able to come back whole from having no address. It deserves a Purple Heart. Because in real time, it will trick you into wanting to not be present, not in the flesh every day. It will trick you. And then you have to have a willpower that allows you to thrive, to be alive. Every day. Every day. The mental is the strongest. And then it is back right up like a shadow with the physical. The condition is immense. It is mental first and then physical right behind it, like a shadow in the flesh, right in tandem with each other. Like, man, it's a soul journey for sure. Soul journey for sure. A body alignment complete. Your soul will know its will through no address, without a shaking, without a shaking. Never lose your will. Source all the tools that you can within your time so you can have some lenses, some colors, some crayons for this thing called life. And create space for you to honor rest. To honor rest. It is also something that will take you smooth out of here. Not letting your body do what it is built to do for your Thanksgiving. Not having rest will take you out of here. Rest is sacred. Rest is natural nature. Rest ain't no luxury. Rest is natural nature. It opposed to happen. Quality. Not rush through. That is no way to treat yourself. Rush through your rest. Take all that shit. Scrape the bottom of the pudding cup. Be abrasive when it comes to your rest. You play about your rest. Once you know better, don't play about your rest. Period. It's how you're going to be your best self. It's how you're going to be able to be your best self for other people that you love and love you. That is the true inheritance. How you allow rest to be a part of your daily. That is the true inheritance. Know all you need so your life can be fully equipped for goodness, greatness, compassion, forgiveness, love, generosity, gratitude, pause, rest, travel, excitement, laughter, any vibration that allows you to be whole from toe to crown and beyond. And love yourself, because I'm pretty sure you've died many times just to be alive. I'm pretty sure you've died plenty times to be alive. Not just, you've died plenty times to be alive. Honor yourself. Love on that altar of your life. Period. Precisely. Present. Moment awareness. I need a money, honey. Need a money, honey. Relation, equity. Relationship, equity.